Good day, everyone. I am 𝗧𝗿𝗂𝘁𝗵 from Grade 11 Aspiration, and today I am here to present a topic that affects all of us every single day. It is the information disorders, or also known as fake news. Not everything we see online is true. Sometimes, the most dangerous lies are the ones shared the fastest. Every morning, the first thing many of us do is grab our phones. We check messages, scroll through TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, or watch random videos online. Sometimes we spend so much time scrolling that we even forget to wash our face first before starting the day. But while we are busy scrolling and reacting online, one important question remains. What if the information we are seeing is actually false? Or what if the posts we immediately believe in are made to manipulate, confuse, or harm people? Today, let us discover how fake news spread, how it affects society, and most importantly, how we can protect ourselves from believing false information online. For our discussion today, we will first understand what information disorder really is and why it has become a serious issue in today's digital world. After that, we will discuss its three major types: disinformation, misinformation, and malinformation. We will also analyze real life examples, posts, fact check them carefully, and identify why this post became a dangerous on online platforms. Lastly, we will learn how to become a responsible digital citizens by verifying information before sharing it. By the end of our discussion, we will be able to identify the three types of information disorders, understand how fake news spreads online, and analyze examples using fact check method like reverse image to go to research in many websites, and lastly, became a more responsible and critical users of social media. So, what is information disorder, or also known as fake news? Information disorder refers to false, misleading, manipulated, or harmful information spread to different media platforms, especially social media. For example, imagine seeing a viral Facebook post claiming that a celebrity already been died. Thousands of people react, comment, and share the post immediately, only to discover later that the information was completely a fake. This shows how fast false information spreads online, especially when people share content without verifying it first. Of course, the different types of fake news. There are three major types. First, disinformation, misinformation, and malinformation. First is disinformation. Disinformation is a false information shared intentionally to deceive or to harm people. Misinformation is a false information shared without knowing that it's a fake. And lastly, malinformation. Malinformation is a real or factual information shared publicly to embarrass, manipulate, or emotionally hurt someone. Even though these three are different, they all have one thing in common. They affects people's emotion, decisions, and understanding of reality. Now let's move on to the first type, which is disinformation. What is disinformation? Disinformation is a false information intentionally created or spread to deceive people. In simple words, the person sharing it already knows that the information is fake but still spreads it to manipulate people's emotion, beliefs, or reactions. One example is this viral post of President Bongbong Marcos Jr. already has been a stage 4 cancer was allegedly admitted to John Hopkins Hospital in America. This is the post from the News Times page, was posted on April 5, and It was captionized by May Taning na ang Buhay. 𝗍𝗿𝗂𝘁𝗵 BBM has already been battling stage 4 cancer. And also, that they said that in the last hours, this was the question of many netizens online when Filipino Dubai-based blogger 𝗍𝗿𝗙, of Revelation himself, revealed the rumors that President Bongbong Marcos has a serious illness. And they captionized it as a stage 4 colon cancer in the BBM. When I checked the comment section and reactions, actually many people shared this post. Of course, it's information. But there was one thing that caught my eye: the comments on for this post. Some comments were saying "paldo," others were already saying "rest in peace." Meanwhile, there were also supporters encouraging him to stay strong and continue fighting. But what really caught my attention was this AI generated image showing BBM lying on a hospital bed with oxygen support, while Miss Cara David looked like shocked beside him. Honestly, it looked like more a dramatic teleserye poster than actual news. But the real question is that true? Is it actually true? It's fact check time. Before we believe, react, or share, we must first verify. So I carefully researched the post. I used the yes, reverse image so that I can know. So I carefully researched the post. The first thing I noticed was that post itself already looked like suspicious because it used emotional words and dramatic claims without reliable evidence. Have you ever un- So, the first fact checking method I used was reverse image search to identify whether the photos were edited, reused, or AI generated. Second, I researched for information from reliable sources such as official Malacanang statement, news websites, and Google research results. According to the verified reports, President Bongbong Marcos Jr. was only observed in a hospital in Quezon City and because of stomach discomfort and was discharged shortly after feeling okay. And also, the illness mentioned was diverticulitis, not a stage 4 cancer. Mas lala yung stage 4 cancer, guys. There was also no official confirmation that he was admitted to Johns Hopkins Hospital in America. And also, we have fact checked it that he was admitted, observed in the hospital in the Quezon City of St. Luke's Medical Center, not in the Johns Hopkins Hospital in America. And that's one of the things that made it this information a false information. This is why this example is considered disinformation because false information was intentionally spread to manipulate public emotions and reactions online. One fake post can create panic, hatred, confusion, and arguments in just a few minutes. Let's watch this video. So this proves that the viral Facebook post was a false and misleading. This is why this example, once again, is a disinformation. One fake news or post can deceive other people's opinion. So that means that this post is a deep fake news spread online. So always remember, virality does not equal truth. Now that we already understand how this information works, let us move on to another type of fake news, which people commonly confuse with it. Disinformation and misinformation may both contain a false information, but biggest difference is the intention behind it. In disinformation, the person already knows that the information is fake and still spread it intentionally. But in misinformation, the people sharing that information may honestly believe that it is true. Even though bad intentions, misinformation can still confuse and spread false beliefs online. Now, let us discuss the second type of information disorders, which is misinformation. So, what is misinformation? Misinformation is a false information shared without harmful intention. This means that the person sharing the post may honestly believe that the information is true even though it is actually false. One example is this post from the Facebook page 𝗧𝗿𝗂𝘁𝗵 about 𝗧𝗿𝗂𝘁𝗵 allegedly requiring permits and documents before installing residential solar systems. The post even included an alleged signed letter from the Assistant General Manager of 𝗧𝗿𝗂𝘁𝗵, making it look like official or believable. Of course, it has signatures, why not? But as a critical thinking or has a critical thinking person, you should verify it first. When I check the reaction in comments, of course, many people react, like, comment, and even share it to many people. Many citizens immediately believe that the post is true and expressing frustration online. Some people became angry because they thought the process would become expensive and difficult. And honestly, this shows how easily people can trust information online once it looks like professional or official. But the important question is it really true? Would you rather trust this information or no? Of course, no. The good thing about this example is that fact checking is actually so simple. I directly searched the official Facebook page of 𝗧𝗿𝗂𝘁𝗵, and they didn't even post something like documents, needed documents have to be able to install a residential solar system. So, and there I found their official statement warning the public about the fake advisory circulating online about this WhatsApp CDO. 𝗧𝗿𝗂𝘁𝗵 clarified that the post was fake and that the signature used in the document was copied and manipulated. They even post screenshots of the fake post to warn people not to believe or share it. Using someone's name and signature falsely is not just unethical. It can also became become a serious legal issue. Always remember that. This is why this example is considered misinformation. Even if some people shared it without bad intentions, the information was still false and misleading. Okay? Got that, guys? This reminds us that think before you click, verify before you share. Now, here's where things became more serious and professional. That means that this post is actually a deep fake. It's a very, very serious trouble regarding to the signature that being manipulated or copied to just post fake news about circulating to public advisory. No permit, no connection, guys. So, unlike misinformation, malinformation is about fake news information that is true and real. The information being shared may actually be true, but the problem is how it is being used. Instead of informing people, the information is shared publicly to embarrass, expose, manipulate, or emotionally hurt someone. So while disinformation uses lies and misinformation spread false information unknowingly, malinformation weaponize real information to create a damage. And honestly, this type of information disorder is one of the most emotionally harmful because it directly affects the real people, real relationship, and real emotion. Now, let us discuss the last type, which is malinformation. What is malinformation? Malinformation is factual or true information shared publicly with the intention to harm, embarrass, or emotionally damage someone. It is true, very true, just like the image. So, one example is the viral Facebook post of Eliza Nicole that accidentally appeared on my news feed. The post contained screenshot of private conversation involving emotional relationship problems between couples. So, based on the screenshot, it appeared that one person was still emotionally attached to their past relationship while other already being involved with someone. As the conversation continued, feelings of betrayal, confusion, insecurity, and emotional pain became very obvious. Instead of solving the issue privately, the screenshots were exposed publicly online where thousands of people could react, judge, and criticize the situation. And honestly, that is what makes this very dangerous. One thing I realized that people online started choosing sides, spreading opinions, making assumptions, and turning someone's emotional pain into public entertainment. From this situation, I've realized that it if someone people fail to move on completely before entering another relationship, and because of unresolved emotions, innocent people can become emotionally hurt even when they genuinely love. Genuinely love someone sincerely. What make it worse is that private conversations are supposed to stay private. Once screenshots are leaked online, trust becomes broken, reputation becomes damaged, and emotional wounds become even deeper. And honestly, one thing I really dislike about this situation like this is when people continue entering new relationship while still emotionally attached to someone from their past, or also known as Totka, the one that got away. Sometimes they fail to realize that another person is already giving genuine love, effort, and care. Yet, they still allow their past feelings to destroy their relationship. This example shows how social media can turn private pain into public entertainment. And sadly, many people that behind every screenshot, post, or viral issue, there are real people with real emotion. If you would like to read the screenshot carefully to understand the situation more, you may pause the video for a moment before continuing. That is why this example is considered malinformation, because It is a factual, real information was publicly shared in a harmful and emotionally damaging way. To conclude, information disorders are not just simple fake posts online. They are powerful platforms of manipulated information contents that can affect people's emotions, belief, reputations, and relationship, even society itself. So, so always remember that disinformation spreads lies intentionally, and misinformation spread false information unknowingly, and lastly, malinformation uses real information to harm other people emotionally or socially. As students and digital citizens, we must become more responsible users of social media. We must verify the source, check the reliable websites, analyze the photos carefully, and think critically before believing information. Because in today's generation, where digital world becomes bigger, being informed is not enough. We must also learn how to think critically and responsibly. I know that many of us sometimes hesitate whether the information we see online is true or false. Just like this photo, is it true or false? Right? But remember, a new way of thinking must come before a better way of living. Once again, I am 𝗧𝗿𝗂𝘁𝗵 from grade 11 Aspiration, and this has been my presentation about information disorders or fake news. Do not let fake news control your mind. Let critical thinking guide your decision. Thank you for listening and watching this presentation. I hope you learned something valuable today and will become more careful. Careful, responsible, and aware when sharing information online. And that's all. Thank you. Arigato.